Wait, are these all guards trying to kill one? Jesus Christ. Hello everybody and welcome to Swords of Legends Online. Now this is going to be a first impressions video. You will see I do have a character that got to beginner level 8 before I decided to make this video. But we are going to be starting from the beginning, and I'll do my best to kind of explain how I'm feeling and what I think about the game as we go. So we have the Spearmaster class, we have a Berserker class, a Spell Sword, a Bard, which by the way, any game that has a Bard, I play that damn Bard. Now, since I already have a Bard, you saw that that's the character that I made, or maybe you didn't. We're not going to play Bard this time, but we got Summoner, and we got Reaper. Now, Reaper seems really interesting to me because it's a stealth melee, but also it's a damage reduction and healing support. Which, it sounds insane to me. It sounds like they took a rogue, a healer, and a warlock, and they made a baby. And they made Reaper, which sounds really cool. But I think for this video, we're going to go Berserker, and we're just going to beat the hell out of some stuff. So, character creation, there's actually a lot of presets rather, that you can go ahead and pick through. But it also gets really in-depth if you want. So, like, let's say we went ahead and we chose this pre-made. You can actually get in on the face, and, like, it has one of those things where, like, you can actually, if I'm not mistaken, if you find the right spots, yeah, you can kind of drag them around, as you can see here. I'll move my mouse kind of drastically so you can see that happening. So you can, like, kind of really customize your face and really get in there. We can make ourselves look absolutely batshit crazy, which I accidentally did. So, fun fact, the one that's on there is actually a character that is my second character, because I made my Bard the first time, realized I made it, like, absolutely terrible, and I made another one. But anyway, you can see you got all the customization options, pretty standard, tons of bars that you can move around. Makeup, you know, we got eyes, eyebrows, lips, and of course face. It looks like you can basically add tattoos to your face, like I added this under my eye here. Or we can add like the 3 dots, or I see 2 dots, I don't know. Oh, the 3 are on the sides of my eye, and then we got 1 dot each in the center there. Hairstyles, plenty of hairstyles, plenty of hair accessories. What's cool about this, by the way, is you can actually choose a hairstyle and then a fringe. So the fringe is basically your bangs. Not always, but a lot of the times it's basically just this front section. And we're going to go with the fringe that they already had selected there. I kind of already like the pre-make. You know, once again, body type, you got all kinds of sliders, clothing. I think eventually they'll probably have other options here for you to choose. And this game's interesting that you get to choose an avatar as well. Which you actually unlock more avatars the longer you play the game. And I have a few unlocked, but they don't appear here. I'm assuming I have to achieve those avatars on this character as well. And then voice, you can obviously choose a voice. I don't really care for this character. Let's go ahead and give it a name. We'll call it Dark Slayer TV. We'll hit complete and we'll jump into the game. So I will say, and you're going to notice this pretty quick, the voice acting is good and also weird. And you'll see what I mean. I know that sounds weird, but just trust me, it's good. But there's something about it that's just off. And I'm not sure what it is. And just in case you want to play this game, I'm going to go ahead and skip that cutscene. We're just going to go and we're going to focus kind of on the gameplay. I'm going to show you a little bit of the voice acting, things like that. I will say, though, that this game is really responsive. You can play it in, you know, the classic RPG mode or the action mode. I am, however, going to go classic because that's what I prefer. And then we're going to immediately go into the game settings. And for the sake of recording this video, we are turning off the tutorial voice. The tutorial voice actually isn't bad. For the most part, the tutorial voice is pretty good, but we're not going to be using it because it's going to try to talk a lot while I'm trying to talk. As you can see, visually, this game is stunning. You can tell that it came out somewhat recently. I know it came out like 2 years ago in China before it transferred over to the US. But even knowing that, it still looks really good. Let's take a look at our skills real quick. The first 2 skills we get here as a melee appear to be Cloud Ripper. What does this do? You can hold down the button to charge, thereby increasing the damage. You charge up to 3 levels. If you're in PvP, you are immune to being forced back, hurled, levitated, or interrupted. So we can hold this down. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Oh, it's like a big AoE too. I like that. And then you have the default ability, which is Wind Cleaver, and that effect regenerates 4 points, strike 6 points, strike 9 points. So what it's talking about there is some skills require like a resource, and I'm assuming this probably does the longer I use it. Actually, it doesn't. Okay, so I don't have a skill that uses Edge yet. You'll see down here at the bottom right, I have a mana bar essentially called Edge, and some of my skills are going to use that. And then I'm assuming this right here, when it says it regenerates points, which as you can see, it's kind of a combo skill. It has like 3 different strikes. And it restores Edge. So I'll go ahead and shut up and let you guys listen to the voice acting here for a minute.
My dear Lilana, you and Kun Wuzi have accepted our invitation to come here. We are honored to welcome you to Tai Hua Mountain.
So, with this character, she actually does a really good job. The voice actress does a really good job delivering the line. You'll note that sometimes the subtitles don't always line up with what they're saying, but we'll get to some of those characters where you'll see what I mean when I say they're a little weird.
I'm only here for fun. It's up to Kun Wuzi to find a suitable place for the Bladeheart fragments of the 3 famous swords.
Good. When the important matters are taken care of, we will go to the Lunar Dew Rocks and celebrate our reunion with wine and flowers.
See, so it kind of like, to me, it sounds like, do you remember the old Elder Scrolls? Specifically, Oblivion. Can you believe Oblivion's old now? At least it's old to me. I'm a boomer. Anyway, like, the conversations didn't seem real. They seemed very scattered. That's kind of how it feels when these NPCs talk to each other, it feels like to me.
Carefully groomed, good manners. It looks like there are some new talents among the students. But entering the Diandan Stonehouse is not so simple. Follow the mountain path and climb to the peak. When you get there, talk to Hao Tsang. He'll explain what needs to be done.
But other than that, the game is very smooth. The UI is very clean. Like the quest tracker, you can see it's giving me a line. It's like, hey, you need to go here, which can be kind of annoying sometimes, but like it never gets you lost. Like, look at that. It's like, I know I need to turn right. And sometimes it does disappear. I don't know what the duration is on that, because sometimes it will stay there for an extended period of time. I'm not sure what dictates whether it goes away or not. But as you can see, it's very story driven. Like, I'm going to hit a ton of cutscenes as we continue to play through this. I'll let one of them play just so you can kind of see the what the cutscenes are like in this game, but we'll probably skip the rest of them. They're really not bad. They're really over the top though, but most Asian games, I mean, whenever there's cutscenes like this, they do have that over the top feel to them. I mean, when you watch stuff like anime and stuff, you know, the characters do crazy things, and it's no different here. And what's fun is the movement is actually like this too. You can do a lot of the things that you just saw her do. Obviously the terrain isn't going to fall apart. It's not that dynamic, but the movement gets pretty crazy. So I don't know if I can yet. No, I can't yet. So right now you'll see that I can only jump the once and I can just kind of walk around. But eventually it gets to the point where you can like jump really high into the air with like double jumps and glide and all kinds of stuff.
Greetings. I'm Hao Tsang, a Moist from the Valley of 100 Grasses. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So this is one of the characters that the voice delivery for some reason comes off very strange to me.
Just call me Hao Tsang.
I think part of it has to do with how dead the models are. Like, look in the face, how dead he is when he speaks. Oh, well, he's not going to.
The Chen League is gathered today for one reason only. The swords in the Chendan Stonehouse. It is possible that one of the new students among you will succeed in awakening a Bladeheart. However, only one of you who is in harmony with one of the legendary swords can enter the Chendan Stonehouse.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start skipping this stuff now that you've got a good grasp of what that's like. So, I will say, though, that this game, regardless of the off-putting, at least to me, the off-putting voice acting, the combat is so good. And the people that do enjoy the voice acting, I'm not saying that, you know, you should dislike the voice acting. If you like it, that's great. The people that do like it have said that the story is fantastic. I've seen multiple people say that this game's story is really good. I have been skipping it though, just because like of how off-putting the voice acting is. It kind of brings me out of the game, unfortunately. But it's, you know, it's really polished. And like I said, responsive too. It feels like I'm playing WoW, and I say WoW because WoW has a really good responsive system. Like or hate WoW, it is responsive. The combat in this game is also, it's really, 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 really solid. I haven't gotten to the PvP. I'm excited to try the PvP though, because this is a game that has both, I think it has 2v2s, 3v3s, and then it has a shit ton of world PvP. I have heard some bad things about the world PvP. As someone that hasn't done it yet though, I don't want you to take my word for it that it is bad. I just know that a couple of times in the chat down here at the bottom left, which, you know, you can only trust chat so much, but I've heard some complaints about it. After we get through touching all these fragments, you'll be able to see some combat. We're going to get up here to these shades, and we'll have to fight the shades. Which, by the way, I will say, I honestly think, and I haven't done anything yet, just by using these two skills, I feel like they're going to feel better than Caster. Caster in this game so far has felt meh? It doesn't feel terrible. It's responsive and nice, but it doesn't feel great either. Here, hold on, we're gonna charge up this ability. Soot! Dude went flying. He ragdoll in the correct direction. I wonder if it actually ragdolls how it's supposed to. That's interesting. Now I'll just spam E, see what that's like. Alright, cool, cool. Also with melee, I feel like you could really get away with using the action instead of the classic. Yeah, my left click is my regular swing, my right click is my charge. Which, by the way, look, you can actually move whenever that's charged. That's actually really nice. We'll fight this dude. Gonna just run around him. Keep him from getting to us. Charge that bad boy up. Hit him real hard. Fuck this dude. I actually really like the melee. Holy hell. Oh. And then the scripted death. Dude, I will say the flexibility to move around with melee is really nice. The only reason I say casting is a bit awkward is because the game almost wants you to use the action combat, and whenever you see people fighting, it makes you want to use the action combat. But the reason casting is so awkward is because you have to stop. And if you don't stop, the game just doesn't let you cast. It won't stop you, which is fine. Most games won't stop you. But whenever you're using action combat, it feels weird whenever you're making yourself stop so that way you can cast a spell. And maybe that won't be the same way for you guys, but it's definitely that way for me. Also, the voice acting gets so fucked up right here when you rush through it. Fair warning. Hopefully I'll turn it down down enough in post so you guys don't have to hear it. It gets crazy. Also, I hope before I finish recording and stop giving you guys a good demonstration of the game, you guys see one of the glitches that happens sometimes. There's this weird glitch in the game where it will randomly use the Chinese voice lines instead of the English ones. And it will happen in the middle of a conversation. It'll be like, hello, my name is Dark Slayer. And I am here to collect the Bladeheart fragments. It's super strange.
You seem to share it, even though the sword...
Yes. We'll go through a little slow, see if we can get it to do it. Probably won't, though.
Unfortunately.
Especially because I want to show you. It's definitely not going to do it. Alright. This is one of the moments where it did do it to me on my bard. During this attack, which we'll skip. We're going to skip a lot of that stuff right now. Yes, right here. When I was attacking, it randomly did it. Alright. Let's blow some people up. Pretty standard vehicle combat. A little bit easier to aim than most games, though. Because, yeah, I'm not right-clicking. Oh. There you go. And then back to English. So, yeah, the story and the voice lines, I've harped on it enough, but as you can see, they are a bit buggy, a bit weird, delivered in a weird way sometimes. But a lot of people don't care about that. They're more concerned with the combat and stuff, and the combat's great. I can't say that enough. The game is very responsive and polished when it comes to that. At least in the world, right? It could feel like shit when you're playing PvP. I have no clue. I ain't got a clue.
You go to the Sword Guardians first and destroy the monsters with negative chi.
One thing I wish that I could do, which they don't let you do, is I kind of wish I could have the voices just be Chinese and have all the text be English. But I think if you change it to Chinese, all the text changes to Chinese as well. However, I am willing to try it really quick because I just made an assumption. So let's learn together. But first, let's learn this new skill. Attacks targets in front of you and deals 2 levels of damage. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means entirely. What does that mean? Oh, it's an edge ability, and it one-shot it. So it's what I'm dumping my edge into, and then I use these abilities to build my edge back up. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's try it though. Let's try it together. Game settings. We're gonna go over to sound effects or language. Chinese, apply. Next time you start the game. Okay, so this is what we're gonna have to remember, just in case everything's in Chinese. We have to go to here, and then change it from here. Okay, we should be good. Let's exit the game. It shouldn't break OBS. If it does, I'm sorry. Let's see if it worked. Hopefully when I talk to NPCs and stuff now, it's just in Chinese. That'd be great. So I don't have to deal with the horrible acting. All right, here we go. Yeah, that just... Oh, you can just spam it too. Oh my god. It uses so much edge, but it does so much damage. So you can just spam the hell out of this and then, yeah, use your builders. All right, let's see. Here we go, guys. The test. Let's go. It's like the difference between sub and dub. And in this case... Listen, I'm actually an advocate for... dubbed anime. I like a lot of dubbed anime, and I think it gets way too much crap. But in this game, I think you're better off using the sub. Just being honest. Each class's base usually welcome all classes. Oh, at first I was confused what it was trying to tell me. It's saying that you can visit the other class's bases. I thought it meant like the base of the class. As in, whatever, it doesn't matter. Ah, yes, much better. I can be more immersed with it too, because it's not just like an English guy being like, hello, head to Qingtao Village. Also, no offense to anyone that speaks Mandarin. I am not trying to make fun of Mandarin. I am more or less trying to make fun of the people that are trying to speak Mandarin words, but are clearly white dudes like me. That's what I'm trying to make fun of. Oh, here we go. I've got my sprint now, which means I should be able to do like the cool jumping and shit. And then you like glide down. Like the movement in this game is actually really nice. Like you could do some crazy shit. And you get your flight mount really quick. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I get it in this video if we just fly through the tutorial here real quick. I am probably going to remake this character off screen though, so that way I can experience the story, but not, you know, through horrible voice acting. Also, something that you guys probably didn't see me do is, first off, let's learn these new skills. You can create your own phantom with a few actions. The phantom lasts for 10 seconds, just before it disappears and inflicts damage. What? Oh, it's a passive. Killing without trace. You are temporarily invisible for the duration. Wait, I can go invisible as a berserker? Oh, there's my person. And then does she attack? Remember it said she attacks whenever it ends. Is that what this is? Oh yeah, oh there's 3 of them. They all did. Oh, that was cool. Alright, so we can click on this guy. Let's use our edge. Murder through these dudes. Easy, easy. You can pick things up with F. You can talk to NPCs with F, which means you don't have to go around clicking on all of them, which is really nice for those of you that like the action combat like this, so your mouse, you don't have to use your mouse. Because I know, like for me, like you'll see me doing this a lot. It's just because I'm used to more of the old school MMORPGs. But what we'll do is we're gonna skip all the side quests here, so we can go ahead and make our way to a flight mount, so you guys can check out the flight mount. And see a little bit more combat here. I am interested, though, to see about using action combat with this class. I think this class would do good with action combat. My only question, though, is how to use certain abilities. Like, how do I use my edge ability while in the action combat? Because, like, left click is my main swing, right click's my charge swing. Is it middle mouse button? No, middle mouse button made me sprint. Interesting. I mean, obviously I can still hit the hotkey. Like, even when you're in action combat, like you can see here, like I can still hit the hotkey and do my edge stuff. But I'm really curious how do you, if there's like a combo or a button I can press to make it happen. Because as of right now, I don't know. Alright, let's turn this damn thing in. Here you are, friend. More story stuff. Hopefully we don't have to go too much longer so you guys can see the flight mount. Also, this happens too. You'll note there's just talking happening right now. I don't know how to turn that off. For some of you, that won't matter. For some of you, you'll be like, I don't mind listening to them talk to me while I do quests. For me, when I'm streaming, or like right now when I'm making videos and stuff, sometimes it's not the best to hear that. Like, I would rather just, you know, not have it talk to me. And you can't get out of it. I think that's the worst part. The closest thing I can remember... See, like, right there, it's talking to me. The closest thing that I can remember it to is, like, in Diablo, whenever you, like, find a lore book, and you can, like, right-click the... or left-click the X to get it to stop talking to you. But that is not an option in this game. You're kind of stuck listening to it. Also, look how many people are playing this game. Like, it's relatively new, so it makes sense that there's a lot of players. But damn, there's a lot of players. Like, I'm actually surprised how many there are. And maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Like I said, like, I don't know if you guys can tell just from me playing it, but the combat is very smooth. It feels very good. And I know, like I said, this game's a PvP game. And for those of you that are PvPers, you'll know that... Wait, are these all guards trying to kill one? Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, you'll know that finding good PvP in an MMO is hard nowadays. And I hear this game has really good PvP, and that's got me excited. And I'm probably going to play something like a Berserker, because this is so fun. The Bard is fun too, but like I said, it doesn't feel as smooth. Oh, I'm done. I just got to go over here real quick. See? I got lost in having fun with the combat. I did. Baby Metal? Oh my god, I love that name because I love that band. That is hilarious. Alright, so I believe this is our mount, friends. We're about to see what it's like to have a mount. Also, you can see how easy it is to click through stuff if... oh, I guess we're not there yet. My apologies. But it's very easy to click through stuff whenever you don't want to read the story, or like maybe you're on a separate character. If I was playing by myself and I had just found out that you can actually use the sub instead of the dub, I'd be reading it. Because I hear the story's good. But right now I'm not interested. I'm more interested in showing you guys as much of the game as I can in a small amount of time so you guys can make a decision on whether or not you want to play it. At least that's the goal. And who knows, maybe if I enjoy it and I keep liking it, I will keep making videos on it. Maybe we'll get to the point where we do some PvP and I can show you guys how to wreck house. I love to make videos where I explain things, and something I've always thought I've been pretty decent at is MMORPG PvP. But of course, you know, as I said previously, it's kind of hard to find MMOs that don't have shitty PvP at this point. Like, seriously, if one MMORPG, this is kind of off topic, but like, if one MMORPG came out and it had really good PvP, that shit would have so many people playing it. I know it would. Also, now all of a sudden I want to try the Reaper. I honestly think I might play Reaper. Like, holy shit, this has me wanting to play the game like crazy. I made this video not expecting, at least this, you know, where I'm like hardcore wanting to play all of a sudden. But the combat's just so fun. It's so engaging. It feels like it's responsive. It gives good feedback. It's great. Complete. Ah, no. But yeah, if you guys can explain to me what is so off-putting about the voice acting, please let me know in the comments. Because it's weird. As someone that's done a lot of voice acting before, because I've done a lot of auditions and a lot of small projects, nothing professional, but I've done a lot of it. To me, it sounds like the lines are being delivered in a way that is done by someone that's confident and knows what they're doing. So it leads me to this weird misunderstanding where I can't figure out why it sounds weird. But I can tell you one thing. I know it sounds weird. There's something about it that's just off-putting and weird, and I don't know what the hell it is. Alright guys, you guys ready to see some mountage? So it says numpad 8 to mount up, which by the way, hold on, I gotta it's because it's my side mouse button, and of course I'm in the middle of recording and it's like not turned on. Let me turn my side mouse button on. There we go. Alright, so that's my button. Yours will be different. So the mount is really cool. So first off, the first mount you get is a fucking sword. Like, you just ride around on a sword. But second off, it flies. So your first mount's a flight mount. And second off, watch this shit. You have a sprint, and the sprint goes so fucking fast, dude. Like, this game does not fuck around when it comes to letting you move around the world. It doesn't care. It's like, you need to get where you're going, get to where the hell you're going. And I appreciate that. I really do. But alright, guys. Now that you've kind of seen this little bit of the game, I hope you guys could make a decision on whether or not this game is interesting to you and whether you want to purchase it or not. And also, if you want to see me play more, please let me know. I would love to do a playthrough of this game. I mean, it does have a story, and we can listen to the Chinese voice acting and read the subtitles. And like I said, maybe one day we'll do some PvP. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.